Hi everyone, this is Mark DB. In this video we are going to talk about the CSS flex items, the child elements. So the direct child elements of a flex container, it is automatically becomes flexible, a flex item. Okay, so we can consider the flex item properties are order, flex grow, flex shrink, flex basis, flex and align self. Okay, we are going to learn about them right now. We are going to start with the order, so let's be first adding anything right here. As you can see, the order of those elements is normal. There are no manipulation of the order, but this could be changed with the order property of the flex item. Okay, so we can set the order of 1 equal to 3, and for example set the order of 2 equal to 4. Okay, now let's go and see the result. Okay, as you can see that the order is manipulated. Okay, so for the flex shrink, I'm going to set the flex shrink more more, which is going to flex shrink let's say of 4. Okay, while the flex shrink less is going to take flex shrink of 2, for example. Okay, and we are going to set those for the 5th and 4th element. I'm going to set for the 4th element flex shrink more, and the 5th element I'm going to set the flex shrink less. Now the flex shrink, once I set the flex shrink, this is going to mean first the default value of flex shrink and flex grow is 1. Okay, so the once I give it a flex shrink of 2, this means that any item given with this class is going to shrink 2 times than the other items. Okay, same for this one. Once I give a flex shrink of 4, this is going to be shrinked 4 times more than the other. Okay, now let's go and see it on our web page. Okay, so right now we are going to shrink. Okay, as you can see that 4 and 5 are shrinked more than the others. The 4 is the most one that is shrinked because it contains the flex shrink of 4, and the 5, it contains a flex of shrink of 2. Okay, but those two, 1 and 3, the flex shrink of 1. Okay, now let's see the grow. Okay, let's see the grow. We are going also to add dot flex grow less. Okay, flex grow of 2 and dot flex grow more, flex grow of 4. Okay, I'm going to set the flex grow more for the first element, flex grow more, and the item with the number 3, I'm going to set the flex grow less. Now let's go and see the result. Okay, if we can see that the number 1 is growing more than the others, right now is not, it is not very visible. Let's make the width bigger. So as you can see that the 1 is growing more than the other flex boxes, and 3 also is growing, but it is less than 1 because the 3, so the flex basis is giving an initial value of the flex item. So we are going to set the flex base, and I'm going to set the flex basis equal to, let's say, 100 no, actually 50 pixel. Okay, and I'm going to set this one to the number 4, and I'm going to set the flex base number 4, and I'm going to remove all the others to become clearer. Okay, Ctrl S, and let's see the result. Okay, as you can see that the one with the number 2, okay, have a flex basis, which means it initializes the flex with 50 pixel of width. Okay, now there is the final one, which is the flex. The flex actually is an abbreviation for the three properties, which are the flex grow, the flex shrink, and the flex basis. So I can set for the flex grow and flex shrink. Okay, let's say a flex, and the flex is going to take a flex with 0, for example, for yani do not, which means do not grow, do not shrink, and be by default of 200 pixel no matter what happens. Okay, now we are going to set the item 4 of flex. Okay, and let's see the result. Okay, as you can see that the flex 4 is instantiated by 200 pixel. Okay, now I'm going to shrink, and you are going to see that number 4 is not going to be shrinked at all no matter what happens. Okay, and the 1 and is not going to either grow. Okay, as you can see that it's not either growing. So this is the flex. Okay, it summarizes or it ensemble the three other properties. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.